But you got a flag down.
Oofside.
Everyone but the center. Offense.
Welcome to Oofsides, everybody. This is week 12, I believe. This is our post-Thanksgiving episode because we couldn't do one last week because we were all busy with Thanksgiving. We got Garrett.
Hello.
We got Jack. And since it went mildly well last time.
Turn off wind.
Yeah, turn off the wind.
Yep.
Make sure to tweet at the president.
Yes, sir.
Since it went mildly well last time, we're going to do a little speed roundup of week 11.
Speed.
Speed! Shall we
Yes.
get right into that?
Okay.
All right. Week 11. The Seahawks get revenge and prove us all wrong because we know nothing about football as they take an important division win, beating the Cardinals 28-21.
And on to our next game between the Steelers and the Jaguars. The Steelers remain undefeated as they rolled over the Jaguars in a 27-3 win.
Imagine being a fucking Lions fan. You got blown out by the fucking Panthers. You don't even have fucking Titty Bridgewater. Yeah, Lions suck. But we get into that later.
The Texans come up clutch in a completely pointless game because nobody. Quick detour. Last year, if you would have told me that a Texans-Patriots games would have had literally no playoff fucking implications, I would have called you a liar. But the Texans win 27-20.
And our next game is an important battle for a wild card spot at the moment, surprisingly, between the Titans and the Ravens. The power of Derrick Henry in overtime powers the Titans to a 30-24 win over the Ravens.
He's a big boy.
So this Eagles and Browns game I watched for some reason, and it was a goddamn nightmare. It was a bad football game. The Browns won, unsurprisingly, and Carson Wentz is still bad at football.
The Falcons are still the Falcons as Taysom fucking Hill burns them in a 24-9 win that increases the Saints' lead in the NFC South.
And another game where the losing team scored 9 points. The Bengals lost to the Washington football team 20-9. I believe Joe Burrow made a couple costly mistakes and eventually got injured in that game.
Rip Burrow's knee, but I'm built different. The Jets and Chargers played football. The Chargers almost gave them 30 points somehow. Chargers still won because the Jets aren't good at football and are tanking. 0-16.
The Broncos upset the Dolphins, again proving us all wrong, as Horsecock Locke took...
Hell yeah.
Actually didn't really, he had an okay game. But Melvin Gordon, Phillip Lindsay ran all over the Dolphins. Tua got benched, and in came Fitzmagic. But the Broncos won at a cost, which we'll get to later.
Cowboys win? They pulled off a 31-28 victory over the Vikings, of all teams. At the How about them Cowboys?
It's not really saying much, but...
Has 2 fumbles and a couple great plays on offense propel the Cowboys to a 31-28 win.
The Packers versus Colts played, and me being the 250,000 IQ man, I picked the Colts over everyone else. All of these fucking heathens took the Packers because I knew that Phillip Rivers and his 10 fucking children, and his absolute testicles of massiveness, would beat the Packers, and they did.
If I were on the Colts offensive line, I would simply just not hold 4 plays in a row.
That's a good point. They also held 4 times in a row.
Also, if I were Marquez Valdez-Scantling, I would also just not fumble in overtime.
Also, if I was the Packers, I wouldn't lose to some guy named Rodrigo Blankenship.
Our Sunday night thriller, the Chiefs come back late with a wide-open touchdown to Travis Kelce to beat the Raiders, preventing the season sweep. But Raiders, it's okay. A new meme was born. Angry Derek Carr.
And then rounding out our week of games was the Monday night matchup of the Rams and the Buccaneers, where 4 combined interceptions were thrown, and the Rams pull off a late field goal to give themselves a 27-24 win over the Buccaneers.
And that is
Football week. Yeah.
Couple things I want to mention from that game, or from that week. Derrick Henry is a fucking monster.
Oh, yeah.
So that overtime touchdown run, he looks like he's just like jogging. Like he's so big, he just looks completely effortlessly when he runs.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
He only got touched by one Raven on that last play too, which is the funny.
Yeah, he was literally in the heart of the defense, and one guy got a hand on him. And then the Bengals. What the?
They did it. They killed him
It happened.
already.
Yep, it happened.
It surprises no one, but Joe Burrow is out for the season because the Bengals don't know what an offensive line is.
I swear.
Fuck.
I could have swore in the preseason we had like a bet on when Burrow would get hurt, and I'm gonna have to go back and listen to old episodes
Probably.
and see like what the timetable was that we gave them.
I don't know.
Fucking Bengals, dude.
Fuck Zach Taylor.
Yep. Also, yeah, we briefly touched on it in the Colts-Packers one, but that game should not have gone to overtime, but the Colts literally held, or their offensive line or like receivers held somebody on like 4 consecutive plays.
That was so fucking stupid.
The
Watching that game, it was so infuriating. Because
Colts
they would have won the game.
The Colts
right
got
there.
to the Packers' 30-yard line and punted on the same drive because of holding penalties. Like, they were back on, like, their own 40 on 4th down, and then the Packers got a penalty, which pushed them way far forward. And then they got to field goal range, and then they got pushed all the way back to where they were before the Packers' penalty and punted. And then the Packers drove down the field and tied it. And then
That's just a bold move.
Marquez Valdez-Scantling got the ball punched out of his hand,
Yep.
and then
Yeah.
Rodrigo.
And then he received death threats.
Yeah, which is
Yeah.
not cool.
Yeah, kind of cringe Packers
And then
fans.
Chiefs Raiders, the Raiders were that fucking close, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they took it to the Chiefs, and then they just like forgot to cover Travis Kelce in the end
They
zone.
always show
Yeah, as you do.
up for the bigger teams and then play down to the smaller teams.
And
So they end up losing
They're
to people like the Patriots. And
Yep.
They're like the Steelers from like 2 seasons ago.
Yep, pretty much.
Best way to compare them.
Yeah, that bummed me out because I was like, dude, if the Raiders would have won that, they would have been a game back and had the tiebreaker on the Chiefs for the division.
Mm-hmm.
Now they might not even be in the playoffs.
Yeesh.
So, all right, well, that was our quick roundup. Let's hop into Week 12, starting with...
Wait,
Feasting Day. What?
Wait, what were you going to say, Jack?
shouldn't we talk about some news that happened
From that week or from...
from this week? I guess.
Wait, what news are we talking about?
I don't know. We're talking about week of football. You know, like Lions getting rid of people.
Well, yeah, I was going to fucking segue into that with the game because that
Yeah.
was the first game, you numpty.
Yeah, but I don't care. I
Way to
want to
just
do
kill
my own
the flow
schedule.
of the episode.
We don't need flow. No one watches anyway.
That is true.
Yeah.
Anyway, first game of Thanksgiving, the Lions continued their annual tradition of getting slaughtered in their own house on a nationally televised game, and it cost Matt Patricia his job.
They did it.
They-
I wasn't expecting it, but they actually did
Took
it.
them long enough.
They're gonna hire Bill O'Brien now. You already know. You 100% already know.
I think
he's
they're going to hire Jim
They're
Harbaugh.
hiring him. Oh God,
Think
that's
about it.
even worse.
Coaches
That's even
Michigan.
worse.
Detroit's in Michigan. He's probably getting fired after this year.
Yeah, he also kind of sucks as a head coach, but
Like
Like,
come up
he
with a
would be-
reason for the Lions to not hire him.
he
yet.
would be good for like. Well, I mean, the Lions really like living in the past,
Yeah.
so yeah. There's that.
It's
And
not-
2014 was like the last time the Lions went to the playoffs, I think, right?
2016, yeah.
Shit, whatever. And Jim Harbaugh was good then.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I also want to
Hear me
point out
out.
from this game that there was 3 or 4 turnovers within like 8 plays in this game in the second quarter.
Yep.
Like, holy shit!
And also after this game ended, the Lions lost badly because that's what the Lions do. The Texans receiver Will Fuller got and
Yeah.
was suspended for substance abuse.
Wasn't it
Wah.
PEDs?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So all that those steroids really helping. They're sitting at 4 and 7.
I think another Texans player also tested.
As the leading receiver, you gotta put the team on your back.
Yep. God.
I think another Texans player also got suspended, but I'm not sure who.
Yeah. Well.
Who cares? It's the
Yeah,
Texans.
I was gonna say never really. Good
Speaking of the others, speaking of the other Slaughterfest.
Oh yeah.
The Washington football team.
Holy moly!
So this game was close until the fourth quarter, and then
This is true.
Andy Dalton threw a pretty embarrassing pick 6 where he like tried to chuck it over a dude running at him, and he just grabbed it.
Yep.
Like the guy was right in front of his face, and Andy Dalton was like, "Why don't I throw it directly at his head?" And then, because I was hoping we would get rid of the idiotic play calls, the Cowboys ran a fake punt on 4th and 8 from their own 20-yard line, down 1 score.
That is genuinely
Same
one of the
shit as
stupidest. That was one of the stupidest things I've ever
So
seen.
I need to put this into context. So we were at my uncle's for this, and my dad was playing pool. My dad is a lifelong Cowboys fan, and he was playing pool, and he was like lined up for a shot, and he looked up as it had, and he was like, "What the fuck?" and just watched the play go nowhere, and literally just left the room mid game of pool.
It reminds me of this one time where it's not as extreme, but one time where Army faked a punt on 4th and 44.
Who was it? What was the college? Yeah, I do remember that one. I was thinking of there's a college play where a team ran a fake punt from their own end zone, and it predictably didn't go anywhere.
I think it was Boise State.
Might have been.
Yeah, I'm not sure though.
Yeah.
That was also dumb and bad and stupid and bad.
And also, what's the 37? The Cowboys, they were down 1 score for almost the entire game. It wasn't until shit snowballed in the fourth quarter. Like, it was the fake punt, and that got taken for a touchdown. And then Andy Dalton threw a terrible pick 6, and then the game was out of reach. But the Cowboys ran the ball 18 times.
Ugh.
All day. Run the fucking football. You have Ezekiel Elliott. Fuck's
And
sake.
Pollard.
Well, let's be honest. Ezekiel Elliott's kind of got butterfingers this season, though.
Well,
Yeah, I
yeah,
don't-
he's fumbled a lot, and that.
Yeah.
That's something you
Also-
can work on.
But still,
though,
you
dude.
have You still have Pollard back there too.
Also, quick correction on that. It was BYU who fucked up that fake punt.
Oh, okay.
It was against Boise State, though. Okay. Anyway, back to that.
It's just like they had 60 rushing yards. 60.
Yeah.
I genuinely think McCarthy's one and done.
Probably.
He came back,
Hey.
led the Cowboys
The
to
only reason I could see keeping him is like, actually no, I can't even think of one. Other than Jerry Jones is like, no, we're gonna do things my way.
Oh, Jerry Jones is like I'm 90% sure he's gonna keep him.
He had a sleepover with Mike McCarthy, and he was like, "This
Oh,
is
he gave
guy's
him a little
obviously, yeah, he's obviously the man for the job."
Yeah.
Important divisional game. So as Washington jumped to the division lead.
How about that?
So,
Jesus fucking
although they're no
Christ.
longer there because what happened like 4 days later. Anyway, Cowboys
Yeah.
still fucking suck. That's all you need to know. We
Yeah.
them boys, etc., etc. Jack,
Sure. What?
let's talk about your team.
Oh, this was a bad game. It was an ugly game to watch. All right. So, fuck. What happened in this game? I don't even remember. The Bills. How do I even explain this game? It was just ugly. The Bills were good until they weren't, and then they just... Alright, so let's start it off. First half, 17 points. They ran it a lot in this game for some reason. We have one of the worst run offenses in the NFL. We are like 25th in the NFL. I don't know why. The wind was only like 15 miles an hour, which I guess is kind of bad, but like, Jesus Christ, come on. They threw it, like, how many times did they throw it? Let me look. Shit. I gotta look at the box score. Give me a second. Give me a minute.
I'm gonna leave this all in.
Fuck it. We'll just say that we threw it like 25 times.
24.
20. Exactly. I didn't
sorry,
even
no,
need
actually,
to look.
No, it is
I'm
25
so
because
much-
Cole Beasley threw once.
Dude, I'm so fucking smart.
You're just better.
Dude, that Cole Beasley throw was nasty. That whole play was really good. Good job, Dable. You actually made a good play for once, and didn't decide to run it fucking like 20 fucking thousand times this fucking game. God damn it. Fuck. All right, whatever. What I want to get into the most part though is the end of the game. The Bills were up 2 scores. And they were complete fucking ass. Like they fumbled it 3 possessions in a oh no. They fumbled it, and then they got and it was intercepted. So 3 turnovers in a row because this team, I fucking hate myself. And then what was it 4? I don't know, but yeah. What was it again? I'm lost. Give me a second.
End of the game.
Yeah, my brain's like completely fried right now.
Demonstrably, yeah.
Yeah,
He thought about the Bills
really
and
out
just
of it.
had a mental breakdown.
Oh yeah, as you do. It was. Hey, I have an excuse. It was like
Your team won.
2 days ago, but like I tried to repress this game because it was so bad. Like it was just like genuinely not good.
How about the Chargers
football.
and their clock management?
I
end
was
of
gonna
the
bring
game?
Okay.
that up.
Yeah. No. Oh, I gotta bring up this punt. So the Chargers had the ball on like 4th and 3 in the second half. Or not the second half, the second quarter. It was like the end of the second quarter. There was like a minute left, or half a minute left, somewhere around there. It was 4th and 3. They wasted a timeout and took their offense off the field to punt it for some reason. And that didn't help them at all, as you can tell. And then at the end of the game, oh baby,
Yeah.
was that bad?
So
Holy shit! So the Bills had a 4th and 27. Oh, and boy, what did they do? Oh, they gave up another Hail Mary. And then they were down to like the 3 or fucking something. I don't know. And then they got up to the 1. Wait, no. Let me go through the play calls of what the Chargers did. They ran it twice. They had 0 timeouts. And they tried to do a QB sneak with 3 seconds left.
With pass protection.
Yep, that was the. Oh wait, I need to post the video of the fucking them trying to do the pass protection.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
What the fuck? I have never played a minute of meaningful football in my life. I've never coached football. But even I know, if you get a hit, they threw the Hail Mary with 45 seconds left on the clock. The next play they ran, there was 13.
Yeah.
They wasted half a minute to run the ball up the gut. Why the fuck is Herbert not running up there and spiking the ball?
No clue.
They could have reasonably put themselves in position to win this game, and they just didn't. And it's like, if you need an answer to why the Chargers are constantly losing games by 1 score, That's it right there. It's your head coach.
Anthony Lynn is ass.
Because
That's
if
all.
you're consistently good, but not closing games out, it's the dude who's in charge whose fault it is, more than likely.
And considering it's happened ever since Anthony Lynn started showing up.
Yep.
Yeah. Granted,
this is like what, the 9th or 8th time this season?
They're 3-8, and I'm pretty sure like all but 2 of their games are 1-score games.
this is actually a 2-score game, so it's a rarity for the Chargers.
Oh,
But
true.
the thing is,
yeah.
if they scored,
If
they should have,
yeah,
like
it would have been.
any competent fucking head coach could just easily score right there.
yeah.
It's like, what the fuck are you
Oh
doing?
yeah, and we didn't even mention that when they threw like a fade to the end zone to try to score, they took
Oh,
Keenan
God.
Allen, their best receiver, off the field
Yeah.
for no fucking reason. It's just baffling.
Baffling.
It's so
bafflingly
It's
stupid.
amazing to me. That again, I'm not trying to claim that I know more than Anthony Lynn, but it's like it's amazing that as a fan you can watch and there's just these baffling mistakes that it's like, how is it that every person on the couch could get this decision right but you can't? It's the
Yeah.
same thing as like that year in the draft when when Warren Sapp was on the board and every single Jets fan in
Oh my
the
God.
room was chanting, "We want Sapp," and then the Jets were like, "How about another tight end?" And it's like literally everybody in the fucking world can tell you that Warren Sapp would be more fucking useful than a tight end.
Good old Kyle Brady, baby.
Goddamn. So yeah, Anthony Lynn is definitely on the hot seat.
Think.
So
Yeah, he's...
like it's
He is
crazy
bad.
for me to think about the Chargers and then they look and they only have 3 wins
Yeah.
because they're a good team.
You know what I think who might actually go into the Chargers team is Brian Dable. Because as much as I like to shit on Dable, he's a good fucking offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
And if he goes on to that Chargers team, that team's going to be really good.
Oh yeah, I mean you just got to look at how he's turned
Like,
Josh
look-
Allen into one of the best quarterbacks in the league,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, well, we've got our own young quarterback that you can work your magic with.
Yeah. Hey, Bills, can you like win something important this season, like a Super Bowl maybe, and not make me want to cry myself to sleep every night?
No, round
That'd
1
be
exit.
cool. Yeah, I know.
Anyway, let's move on to the next game. A very important AFC South game. The Colts briefly snagged the lead in the division, but then the Titans kind of put them back in their place with a commanding win.
Yeah.
It was the exact opposite of the last divisional game. Last divisional game, the Colts were flying on special teams, making them pay, and this time it was the Titans on special teams making them pay.
Yeah.
Yep.
The Colts didn't have fucking Buckner and like several
Yeah.
other key defensive players.
The heart
That
of their
is-
defense was
oof.
gutted. Yeah.
Yeah. That's probably the main reason why it was as
Can we also
brutally
acknowledge that
brutal.
Derrick Henry had 178 yards and 3 fucking touchdowns? This dude cannot be stopped.
He's like a
Yeah.
genuine bowling ball. Like he is Beef Tank in real life.
And Ryan Tannehill
But he's
only
like-
completed 13 passes for 221 yards
Yeah.
himself.
And a thrill. Good game manager.
Dude, the AFC is
Um,
fucking stacked this year.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And like, you look at the scoreboard and it's a 2-score game, but like it was not that close. The Titans were up
No.
38-14 going into the fourth
No.
quarter. So
I did kind of fight back, but like, nah.
yeah. Jake Brisket ran for a couple touchdowns, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Titans just basically dominated on every facet of this game. And that is big, because have they played twice already?
Yeah, that's their
think
second
so,
game.
yeah.
The Colts won the first round.
Oh,
So
shit,
they
yeah, so
split,
they're
they
split
split the
50-50.
series.
Uh-huh.
So, anyway, that's enough about that game. We'll move on. Vikings-Panthers. Bridgewater was back after a couple weeks of PJ Walker playing actually pretty well.
Yeah.
And
Did all right.
Kirk Cousins is still here, although he actually had a good game. But
He's had a solid couple of weeks.
they were
Yeah, surprising.
yeah, they were down 21-10 for most of this game, and then wasn't until like a late rally that brought him back in. Didn't Dalvin Cook get hurt last week, or was that this week?
Yeah, he
Yep.
did get hurt this week.
Yeah.
But he came back, I think, later in the game, so...
Right as the Vikings were kind of clawing their way back into the playoff picture, but I just don't see it happening. Panthers took a good win out of this. Or not Panthers took a good win. Blah. Vikings took a good win out of this.
Yeah.
But, like, you lose Dalvin Cook, that's kind of like the whole offense. So...
Yeah. It's
At least
pretty brutal.
the Vikings have an interesting schedule going forward, so they could actually have a chance to win a couple more games.
Yeah, I could
be
see
back
him
in the
getting to
race.
9-7. But like, is that going to be enough to make the playoffs? I don't know.
maybe. Considering kind of how the NFC is, maybe.
Yeah, that is true. There's not. Yeah, the NFC is like decidedly like weaker this year.
Yeah, it's
Especially
definitely
with the-
weaker.
With the
Yeah.
Cardinals losing, like, even though we've already said the Vikings are Dunyan rings, like they're literally a game out of the playoffs.
Yeah, it's literally a massive toss-up
Yeah.
for that. Wild.
Yep. So
Um,
in the end, it's the Vikings, and
yeah.
Jesse's not here. We don't really care about them.
That's
All right, let's move on to a game that gave me a fucking heart attack and a half. The Browns beat same. The Browns beat the Jaguars, but
Bless
it was
me.
not convincing.
No.
Yeah.
And they almost had a
Yeah.
chance late, too.
Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt are both still monsters.
James Robinson himself was a monster in that game.
Usually the Browns have had a pretty good defense this year, and like the last 3 games they've played, their defense has basically shut the other team down, but it's their offense couldn't do anything. This week it was the opposite. It was similar to like the Bengals game where they had to score 30 plus to win because like the Bengals offense was rolling too.
It's weird because the Jags were rolling with Mike fucking Glennon.
You know,
He dropped 2 touchdowns, didn't make a mistake, really.
so
Ex-
Mike Glennon is one of the weirdest quarterbacks in the league because like we've talked a lot of shit about
Nick.
him, but if you go back to when he was the Buccaneers quarterback, like he would genuinely have a few games where he would look really fucking good, and then he would just go back to being mediocre. He's like a more boring version of Ryan Fitzpatrick. Like his highs aren't as high, but his lows aren't as low either. Like
Yeah.
at times he can just rise to the occasion and be really good. But yeah, like the Browns couldn't do
If
anything to
they-
stop James Robinson, and Glennon actually played well.
Yeah, and if they completed that 2-point conversion, we possibly have an overtime game to talk about. And
Yep.
who knows what would have happened then.
And
God.
we got to talk
Also,
about
Baker Mayfield's pass down the middle.
Baker has
Matt, why don't
been
you explain
so
that?
Baker's been looking rough lately.
yeah. And to his credit, he's like acknowledged it. Baker's always had weird footwork, and you saw that in that play where he was like standing fucking with his feet like parallel to the line of scrimmage, and saw his receiver, instead of like squaring up and throwing, he just tried to like chuck it and just completely missed. And
Yeesh.
and I'll talk about this, or this is relevant too to when we talk about the Eagles game. Have you guys ever watched the YouTube channel, or this guy on YouTube named Brett Coleman?
Oh yeah. I
Yeah.
watched his video on Carson Wentz.
Yeah. So you heard his point where he's talking about Carson Wentz's footwork being really weird. And
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
coaches don't want to work on it like mid-season.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's what I've been saying too, is I was like, it's concerning, but I was like, I'm able to give Baker a little bit of leniency, that fact that this is his 3rd year and he's under his 4th different head coach and offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
So like, I have a feel, and considering there wasn't really any time in the offseason to work on it, I have a feeling Stefanski didn't really have a lot of time to look at Baker's tendencies and work with him on it. So it's concerning to me because it's like, holy shit, the Browns are winning games, and it's like, well, yeah, but you kind of need Baker to play better once you get to the playoffs. So, yeah. I think next year will definitely be the telling sign on whether or not he is the future of the team.
Yeah.
So, I'm hoping
For
so.
sure.
Because I like Baker, and I know he can be good. So, but it's like, it's also kind of bumming me out that it's like, this game should not have been close, and yeah, he missed that throw, which would have been an easy touchdown, but at the same time, it's like, he also threw for 258 yards and 2 touchdowns, so like, it's a case where it's like one play is getting blown up, where it's like, yeah, but outside of that, he was kind of good. So.
Yeah. It's like what happened with Josh Allen last season.
Yep. That, and I can't believe we're saying this, but they're hurting without OBJ, their passing attack.
Yeah.
Because it's all Jarvis Landry.
Uh-huh.
So,
And he had himself a hell of a game.
yeah. So, yep. Jaguars actually looked good for once. A little concerned that the Browns' defense didn't really do anything.
Jags always find a way to make themselves look promising,
Yeah.
even whatever quarterback's behind them, with players healthy. But they're going to look like a
Yeah.
1-10 team every at
My-
the end of the week.
Myles Garrett was out, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah.
Probably.
So, I mean, you could kind of look at that and be like, oh, that's why they couldn't do anything on defense. It's because their best fucking defensive player was out. So,
Yeah. Guess.
yeah, it was an ugly win. They seem to have cornered the market on ugly wins, but I'll take it. So,
They're going to ugly away their win through the playoffs.
yeah,
if
they're
they
going to get to
there.
10 wins, and it's not going to be convincing. And it's like, it's almost at the point where it's like,
It's like
they're going
it's
to win
like,
wild card weekend in like a 12-8 game.
it's like the Bears, but
But yeah,
actually competent.
yeah. The Bears,
They're the
but they can
Bears, but have a
actually
better
score.
schedule.
Mhm.
Yeah, they have a better offense and better games to play.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was the Browns. Let's go to the other Ohio team. The New York Giants defeat the Bengals and rocket to the #1 spot in the NFC East.
That's not saying much, but yeah.
They're tied with it with the Washington football team. The two team in my preseason predictor
Do you
before everything happened, I had the Cowboys and the Eagles both in the playoffs, and they're both at the bottom of this fucking division.
Same.
do you remember when we had we said that the Washington football team was never gonna win a game?
Do you remember
They're
week,
tied for the
or-
division lead.
last episode when I said, and I quote, I don't think the Giants win another game for the rest of the season.
Boy, were
They
we
beat
wrong.
the Eagles, they beat the Bengals, and they're rolling on the #1 seed. They might host a playoff game. if
I'm
we're
really
not
bad at
careful.
this. Any of you sports
do they
bettors out
face
there,
next
whatever
week?
I say, bet the opposite.
Yeah.
So.
We'll get the pick'ems in a minute.
I said
but
the Cowboys
I just wonder.
I said
Oh,
this
never
season,
mind.
the Cowboys had no reason to not win 12 games and be in the NFC Championship game. They're currently 3-8.
Hey, they're still in it. They're only like a game back.
Yep.
They've had 4 different quarterbacks too this season, so
Yeah.
Fuck, this sucks.
which
I
is
hate
not a
this.
fault of their own.
Dude, the chaotic part of me is loving this though, because it's like at first I was like, this is so fucking stupid, but I'm like, who is the NFC team I'd rather see in the playoffs? The Bears?
It's so
Are you
bad.
telling me you would rather see the Bears or Kirk Cousins in the playoffs instead of fucking
God.
the Washington football team or the Giants? It's
Fucking
hilarious.
Daniel Jones.
Oh
like,
my
Although,
god.
did Jones get injured in that game?
Yeah, he had
Yeah,
he
he
pulled
did.
his hamstring or something, and
How
my
long
boy
did he get-
Colt McCoy came in.
Yeah, I think what happened was Daniel Jones like pulled his hamstring, came out of the game, and then he came back in, and then on the next snap he hurt his hamstring again.
Yeah.
That's just unfortunate.
Yep.
I don't know how bad the injury is, but no.
Hopefully he gets well soon because they're gonna need him for their MetLife hosting a playoff game, which is gonna be cool.
Oh yeah, you need
Oh,
Daniel
I was gonna
Jones,
say,
right?
I was like, how shitty would it be if like the Giants got to host a playoff game in New York and the Bills didn't? Yeah. Luckily, the Bills are pretty comfortably in the lead of the NFC or the AFC East, though. So
By 1 game over the
Yeah.
Dolphins.
The Bengals offense looked bad. Brandon Allen almost brought him back at the end, but didn't. Like, they got that late score and then got the ball back, and then he like fumbled immediately. So, yeah. It really should not have been that close. If you look at the team stats box on like Google of the game, it is like almost all blue. There's no orange. So. Anyway, let's move on to another upset, which is funny because like the Patriots aren't even that bad, but the Cardinals are fucking slipping, dude. They've gone from like, oh my god, they could win the NFC West to now they're barely even a wild card.
Yep.
They're an odd team.
It's weird.
They're like the Raiders.
weird.
They play the big teams really well, and then they face teams like the Patriots, the Lions, and the fucking Panthers, and fall flat on their face.
Yeah. It's like what I've said a couple times this year, is that they are a lot like the Bills last year, where they're going to be really good next year. But I don't know if they're good enough to compete with the top teams yet. I think they'll be in the playoffs still. I mean, the Bears are in a free fall, and I don't think the Vikings are going to keep winning. So, yeah. But yeah, the last second field goal sends the Patriots on a win. It was also a really fucking poorly officiated game.
Yeah, apparently that's what I heard as well.
The most controversially was like the out of bounds hit that got called on the Cardinals defense, but like Cam Newton was still in bounds when he hit him. He was like about to step out of bounds, and the Cardinals guy hit him out of bounds, and they flagged him for it. And it was like, he was literally still on the field. So, Cam did not play very well either. He was 9 of 18 for 84 yards and 2 picks. He's like, Cam's stat line is so weird this year because he's run for a ton of touchdowns, but he's thrown like 2. So like the Patriots' entire offense is like, let Cam throw it, get down to the goal line, and then let him run through people.
Guess.
So
if he doesn't miss.
Yeah, he's got 4.
receiver.
He's thrown 4 touchdowns and 9 interceptions, which sounds really bad. But then you look at where's his rushing at? On here, he has run for 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 touchdowns. So they are definitely a run first team.
Yep.
So,
Yep. All right. What game's next?
that would be Dolphins Jets.
Oh God, this
Important division matchup.
Yep, all to play for, even though the Jets are already eliminated. I wonder what the earliest a team's ever been eliminated from the playoffs is, because they got eliminated week 10. That's got to be a record.
I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know. I feel like it's easy. I feel like the threshold for getting eliminated is very thin compared to other sports.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I feel like it's very possible to be even sooner, but that's just me.
What's the earliest week a team has been eliminated from the playoffs? This is from 2015. The Lions in week 11 in 2008. So that is a record.
Oh.
Oh.
Wow. They did it.
They did a thing.
That is a record. So, good job.
Congratulations,
The Jets did set a record
fan.
this year.
Extend Adam Gase. Please do. I want to laugh at that fucking team more.
God.
Fuck you, Jet fan.
Frank Gore did Frank Gore things. The unfortunate regression of Sam Darnold continued as he threw 2 really ugly interceptions. Man, if only he had a quarterbacks coach to fucking teach him.
Smile.
Quarterback is the problem, as you can tell.
Fitzpatrick started and played pretty well. Dude, we're going to see Ryan Fitzpatrick in a playoff game.
I want it.
I'm so
Might.
like,
I
obviously
want it.
there's still 5 weeks for things to go wrong. But I can't tell you how badly I want to see Ryan Fitzpatrick play in the playoffs.
Him or Tua, really.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's make it happen, football gods.
Tua coming from his fucking hip injury a year ago, or Ryan Fitzpatrick, who's basically built this team back from the ground up.
So was Tua hurt, or did he just not start?
He hurt. He was hurt. His
Oh,
thumb,
yeah.
I think.
He fucked up his
actually,
thumb.
yeah. Now that you say that, I remember it. I was gonna say because
Yeah.
like he did not have a great game last week, but I can't imagine they're like permanently benching him.
No, he
So.
just fucked up his
Something,
thumb. I
yeah,
think
Gardner
he should be
Minshew
back.
injury thing.
Yeah.
He should be back soon. I'm not sure, but whatever.
So
Yeah.
it's not much to say. Adam Gase is still the worst head coach in the NFL.
Maybe.
Trade Sam Darnold, please.
Yeah.
So watch them draft Trevor Lawrence and then keep Sam Darnold and be like, yeah, you can mentor him.
God.
Sam Darnold's like, all right, so here's how to basically have your career ruined.
No, they're gonna do the Eli Manning and fucking
He's gonna demand a
Philip
trade.
Rivers thing. Yeah, he's gonna get trade. Oh, Justin Fields and fucking Trevor Lawrence trade.
Oh god.
Jaguars get fucking Trevor Lawrence.
Imagine like it's crazy that getting traded to the Jaguars is an improvement.
That's. Ooh, I don't want to think about that. Ooh,
So
gross.
anyway, that was that. Probably the most unexpected fucking ass kicking. Falcons
Yeah.
the hell?
demolished the Raiders.
Wasn't even close.
Literally,
Yeah.
not a week ago, we were saying that the Raiders, if they beat the Chiefs, could win the division. And then they
Yep.
proceed to get their asses kicked by one of the worst teams in the NFC the next week.
So bad they started Nathan fucking Peterman at one point in the game.
They lost to the Chiefs by a score and then got beat by the Falcons by 36
Falcons are superior.
or 37.
Matt Ryan didn't even throw for over 200 yards. I mean, really, what in the game was the defense, and
Yeah.
they fucking were picking him off.
Yeah.
Well, they picked him off. The one bad pick six, and then there was
They lost
some other
4
defensive
fumbles
stop. Oh,
Holy
yeah, Derek
shit.
Carr lost a bunch of fumbles.
and
That's
they
what
punted
it was.
5 times. They had 40 rushing yards.
Yeah,
40.
Derek Carr has some really underrated fucking butterfingers.
He does.
Yeah.
He's got to have like small hands or something.
Yeah.
He's done the thing where he fumbles into the end zone for a touchback like twice.
Yeah. Yeah. I think he's got more fumble issues than like Josh Allen does.
Yeah.
Can we give a shout out to
For
Young
sure.
Hoku for 5
Hell
field
yeah.
goals and 4 extra points in this game?
Hell yeah.
Do you want to know a
He's
great stat?
leading the NFL.
Yeah, I was gonna say
in,
Young Wei-Koo is the leading scorer in the NFL this year.
Yep.
Yep.
He didn't have a job last year. This
Yeah,
time.
I want to put this in
That's
perspective though. So the Raiders had 40 rushing yards. They had the NFL Combine does a 40-yard dash. Every single player who was at the Combine had the same number of rushing yards as the Raiders did today. An entire game they ran for 40 yards. I could go outside
Christ.
right now and run down to down my street, and that would be 40 yards.
I think
And I'd have more yards than the Raiders did on the ground.
Derrick Henry or why did I say Derrick Henry? Josh Jacobs got injured because he
He
only
did.
carried it 7 times.
He did.
Oh shit, he
That's
did.
part of it.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
The Raiders
Yeah,
might
and
not make
he's
the
re-
playoffs at this point, dude.
Oof.
They're out right now.
Oof.
Yeah, I don't see him making it without Jacobs
And
and
yeah,
Carr
yeah.
being
if
up
the
to speed.
Ravens win tomorrow, they're officially a game out every other team in the wild card race right now.
Jeez.
So yeah,
God damn.
it's wild.
All right.
Hopefully they get it back on track because I want to see the Raiders in the playoffs. But like, at this point, it's like which team is going to be the odd one out. So anyway,
Okay, on to a football game between two kind of quarterbacks. Yes.
so
we got Taysom Hill
there were
and a wide receiver.
there were
Don't even
25
get me
passes thrown in this game.
Don't even get me. There were -8 yards in the first quarter. In the first quarter, the fucking at first they thought Philip Lindsay was starting quarterback.
Yeah.
As at the start of the game, and then they're like, "Oh, okay, I guess Kendall Hinton will throw the ball." He threw 1 completion for 13 yards and 2 interceptions.
Now,
Fuck.
to be fair,
but to be fair,
props
yes.
to Kendall
yes.
Hinton because he was a undrafted free agent wide receiver on the practice squad
Yeah.
who got elevated to starting quarterback 2 days before then. because
Yeah.
Drew Lock tested positive for COVID, and the other 3 quarterbacks, including our man Blake Bortles, what the fuck are you doing?
Oh man, God
Come
damn
on,
it, Bortles.
Bortles. I could have seen
Wear
you
a
play.
mask.
We were that close to having Blake Bortles starting quarterback as a thing in 2020.
Damn it!
But then we got.
Um,
Shit.
I
so
want Blake Bortles.
Kendall Hinton
wanted
got
to see
thrown
some
into
Blortles.
the worst possible situation, and at the same time, I know it's kind of apples to oranges. The Ravens have like half of their team have COVID right now, while the Broncos have 1 and 3 players who are exposed to him. But it is kind of shitty how they have literally bent over backwards to delay their game by a week, and then made the Broncos basically start an undrafted wide receiver at quarterback. But at the same
yeah.
time, the Broncos are not in playoff contention at all.
Valid.
But it's shitty of the NFL to basically pick and choose which games they want to like work with.
Yeah, it's
So.
shitty. It's like what happened with the Titans earlier this season too, where they just fucking waited and waited and waited and waited.
Yep.
Ugh.
So-
That
Yeah,
so
watch,
makes me
watch
mad.
the Ravens win tomorrow and see how pissed the Steelers are going to be.
Oh yeah,
And like
that would not surprise me.
as the NFL, you can't come forward and be like, "Well, the Broncos don't. Their season's pretty much over." It's like you can't fucking say that.
Yeah, you can't say it.
So, and
This-
my favorite stat line of this game is when you compare their passing yards to each other, because the line like I was saying earlier, how Google has like it's like a line graph that's like split down the middle or whatever. There's a very slim blue sliver on the right for 12 yards, and so it's mostly black for the Saints, but the Saints only had 63 passing yards.
Yeah. And they had 4 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah.
The Saints did. 2 of them from Latavius Murray, and the other 2 from Taysom Hill.
Oh God.
It's just weird. I feel like Hill didn't even throw the ball that much because Sean Payton was like, let's go a little easy on him. Like we don't have to fucking air it out this week.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was ugly. Props to Kendall Hinton for stepping up. And he completed a pass, which is more than me. So
Yeah.
I'll give him that. But there was a funny
That's
stat
true.
that the Broncos starting an undrafted wide receiver off the practice squad at quarterback scored the same number of points as Tom Brady's Buccaneers did against the Saints. So
There's also a
That's
stat
funny.
that, and I think we just went over this, but with Kendall having more interceptions than completions.
God, that's like the sad version of Larry Fitzgerald having more tackles than dropped passes. Like, so anyway, that was that.
Jeez.
The 49ers still in it, kind of? Question mark. They beat the Rams
Yeah.
23-20. And the NFC West is really weird, dude.
Hmm I don't know who's going to win this division. They all every week, even with the Seahawks, none of them look promising.
Yeah. They all like have major flaws, which is weird.
That was a division I thought was just going to be like extremely dominant this season.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
This division should have just like fucking had fucking. Oh,
Now,
I don't know.
To be
Over
honest,
500
though,
easily.
with your worst team in the division being 5-6,
That's a good point. That's
Yeah.
still really fucking good. But they still all have like these certain flaws.
Yeah.
That gets picked apart.
Yep. I think there's still a chance that we could see all 4 of them in the playoffs.
That is a certain
it's a chance.
possibility.
I don't think I'm pretty certain that either the 49ers will probably miss. They're definitely
think,
the easiest
yeah.
one to eliminate because of all their injury issues.
Mhm.
And the Cardinals are starting to trend that way too. But at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, it's like, who's going to fucking beat them? The Bears and
Like
the Vikings?
yeah, like the 49ers, like they have like half their fucking team injured, but
Yeah.
like they still look fucking good,
It's a
which is
testament to
Yeah.
how well built
And
they
they
are
had-
and how well coached they are.
yeah. And you look at like Sherman who came back and he made a fucking impact instantly.
I guess you could say they're built different. Um,
Okay.
Yeah, Sherman came back, got an interception, like very early in the game.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
we could still see him make a late push. So
There is a possibility that could happen.
Yep. So speaking of Tom Brady getting his ass kicked,
Let's go. Fuck Tom Brady.
Nothing like him getting booed in his own stadium.
Tyreek Hill
Dude, Tyreek Hill, holy fuck.
had
Oh my
200 yards and 2 touchdowns in the first quarter.
Oh my god, that's
first
ridiculous. That is a little. That's just
He
unfair.
literally backflipped across the goal line because he was so open.
Hill and Mahomes is just a not fair duo,
Yeah,
honestly.
They're
Oh yeah, that's fucked up.
like it's for lack
Yeah,
of a better phrase, they're just better.
They are better.
They are.
They are.
Like,
they are indeed just better.
How do you beat Pat Mahomes, dude? He's just better.
they find ways to make other teams cry every week.
It's
Yeah.
just crazy that they have the best quarterback. They have a two-headed monster of a rushing attack, and they have like
Yep.
all of the fastest
best tight
receivers
end
and
in
the
the-
best tight end. And now they have like the best safety or not the best, but one of the best safeties in Tyrann Mathieu. They have a really good defensive line. Like,
Yeah.
How? I mean,
The
that's
thing-
what they said at the end of last year. I said, how do you not see this as the next dynasty?
Yeah.
Because
The
they
thing
keep-
about it though is, if they get into cap hell,
true.
that's what I think. Because
I-
they have spent a fuck ton of money on contracts.
I think they're in a situation though where, like the Patriots, you know, they have unlike the Patriots, they have a lot of money tied up in their quarterback. But it's like
Yeah.
they have the leverage to where they can get superstars to come in for like a year and just who want to play with Pat Mahomes. Like that's how they got Le'Veon Bell. Is Le'Veon Bell wanted to play with Pat Mahomes.
Yeah,
He
it's a
probably could have made a
possibility.
lot more money playing anywhere else, and he's like, yeah, but I can get a Super Bowl ring hell easy here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why you got guys like Carlos Dunlap going to the fucking Seahawks and other teams. I mean, they just...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically.
And we're kind of exaggerating this as it was only 27-24. Like the Pats or the Chiefs should have scored way more,
Yeah, they just kind of stalled
but it was
out.
not close until like a couple garbage time touchdowns.
Yeah.
So, Brady threw a really ugly interception, but he still threw for 345 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Nothing makes me happier than just seeing Brady throw shitty interception.
Have you
Like-
guys
Oh, it's like heroin to me.
seen like the dude who's now naming all of the NFL's YouTube uploads?
Mm,
I don't
no.
think
He's like hella sassy, or
Oh,
I should
God.
say they, because I don't know if it's a guy. Where was the one? They had one. Yeah, it was the highs and lows of Tom Brady in 2020, which was a clip of Brady throwing a bomb to Mike Evans and then immediately throwing a pick the next play. They had a really good one for the Eagles. Let me find it. Oh, they have DK Metcalf as a metahuman. It's literally just a 30-second like highlight clip.
Oh my
Um,
god.
There was Seahawks defender gets an easy INT off Carson Wentz. Hail Mary passes are becoming a regularity. Like,
Yeah, especially against a certain team that starts with a B and ends with an S.
yeah.
The Buccaneers?
Is it the Bears?
Broncos?
There was a
Bengals?
really good one where it was like the Eagles' experience in 2020 or something like that. And it was them scoring a touchdown and then missing the extra point. Yeah, dude, it's great.
Imagine being an Eagles fan.
Anyway, that was the Buccaneers.
Yeah.
Continuing to kind of slide. They're 7-5 now. And just like the Steelman curse when I said, I was like, what team in the NFC is better than the Buccaneers right now? Well,
There
there's a
is
few. But at the same
there's
time, it's like,
still a chance
what
they can still
complete
finish
team
8
is
and
there
8.
in the NFC?
They can still finish 8 and 8.
Yeah.
Still finish
Yeah,
8
because the
and 8.
number 1 seed is led by Taysom Hill right now.
I mean, the Packers are probably the best, I guess. But they also don't have a very
Pa-
good defense.
The Packers are the most Yeah, they're the most competitive team I could see.
I think if
That show up every week.
if we're gonna see Aaron Rodgers finally make it back to a Super Bowl, this is probably the year.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
and like their remaining schedule, they have the Eagles, the Lions, the Panthers, the Titans, and the Bears. The Titans are the only game that I see them losing.
Yeah.
So they're probably going to be the number 1 seed. Anyway,
Yeah.
let's talk about the Packers. The Bears fucking suck, dude.
Oh no.
So,
oh no.
We've kind of been shitting all over the Bears all year. And saying they're not good. They were...
No, what do you mean? You're the only one that's saying they're not good. I'm the one who said they're good. They're the best team still. They can still finish. I don't even know what the
10
fuck
and
the record
6.
is. 10-6, yeah.
I don't think we acknowledge the fact that they were 5-1.
They've lost 5
And they've
straight.
lost 5 in a row. Like, when we look at like the list of like the greatest collapses of all time, like you had a few years, like back in 2008, like you had the Buccaneers were 9-3, and they lost all of their remaining games and missed the playoffs. Like,
God.
or even like the Bears under Cutler, where they were like 6-2 and then finished 8-8. Like they were 5-1. And now
You know what's
they have a
coming
losing
up?
record.
Yeah, now
Yeah.
they face the Lions, the Texans, and the Vikings next.
The
So
thing, I think I kind of jinxed them.
you did. You really did.
I started the whole shitpost thing.
As soon as they
and-
went 5-1, we were all questioning whether to take the Bears seriously. Jack said yes.
Yeah.
And I'm mad that we've missed a couple episodes because it would have been hilarious because Jack was like, yeah, they're going 14-2, and the next week was 13-3, and we're like, okay, well obviously they're going to be 12-4, and by now
10
you're
and
like
6, baby.
10-6, obviously
Easy.
gonna happen, dude.
Yeah.
Their
8-8
offense
playoff bound.
is so bad. I like.
Ooh.
I can't. I just had a loss for words, and I was mentioning this in our Discord server, where it's like they were only down like 2 scores, and they had driven. So right before halftime, they drove downfield. It was a good drive. Trubisky was passing well. They were running the ball well, and they scored a touchdown. Hey, you're only down. It's 27-10. Yes, that's a big gap, but
Yeah.
yes, that's some momentum. Do something in the second half. And then the very first 2 drives are both 3 and outs where they're just asking Trubisky to just chuck it downfield. And Trubisky is not good. He is
he's
so
bad.
inaccurate.
He is bad.
We have a friend who's a Trubisky defender because he went to the same college. But he is just
Fucking idiot.
not good. There is so much tape of Mitch Trubisky just missing wide open receivers.
God.
And I don't know if it's the system because we've seen Nick Foles come here and struggle really bad too. But like the difference between those two is like Foles is a stand in the pocket kind of guy while Trubisky is very mobile and can scramble around. And their offensive line is straight cheeks. But it's like Trubisky's fucking terrible at passing, but they also refuse to run the ball because Matt Nagy and like everybody wants to justify their decision of taking Trubisky over Mahomes. And it's just not working out. You just need to fucking move on. He's bad.
Yeah.
You gotta get something in there. It's somebody who can complete a fucking pass. And everybody's gonna be like, oh, it was 41-25. Yeah, it was like that until garbage time. I turned the game off when it was 41-10.
Yeah. I knew that that game was gonna be a fucking blowout, so I just stopped so I didn't even bother watching.
Legit, after like I was making dinner and I was like checking up, like I finished eating dinner and they went up 41-10, and I was like, I'm gonna go to my room now.
Yeah, it's just not worth the time.
The Bears fucking suck. Like I
Yeah.
can't emphasize this enough. And like even David Montgomery ran the ball 11 times for 103 yards. He was averaging 9.4 yards per carry, and they only ran the ball 16 times.
Oof.
Run the fucking football, dude. It'll make it easier for your quarterback.
Yeesh.
It's just
That's
it's just crazy
bad.
how like Matt Nagy has gone from like coach of the year 2 years ago to one of the worst coaches in the league
impressive.
in like record time.
Yeah.
So yeah, Bears suck. I don't want to see him in the playoffs. Anyway,
Watch him make the playoffs.
I'm gonna be so mad if we have to watch a fucking game in Soldier Field.
Dude, so awful. I will love every second of it.
So, speaking of another coach that's gone from hero to zero very quickly, the Seahawks beat the Eagles, and it was ugly.
That game was boring.
That game the score is deceiving too, because the only reason it was 17 is because Carson Wentz, when they were gonna spike the ball, threw a fucking Hail Mary out of nowhere, and it did the Jacksonville Garrard thing where it fucking flew into the guy's hands.
Yeah.
And then they got the 2-point conversion to make it look like a close game.
What a boring ass game that was. I watched like the fucking first half and I just didn't want to watch it anymore. Cause nothing happened. Like, ugh.
Yep. Looks like it. Wentz got sacked 6 times.
Of course.
I don't understand. What the fuck is
That
it
off-
with the Eagles? Like, there's something wrong with that team training-wise of why everybody's always getting hurt.
I guess. I think.
Like,
I don't know.
They got a clean house in their medical staff or, like, their strength and conditioning coaches or something. It's
Fuck
bad.
if I know. They're just unlucky, I guess. Maybe
Also,
that.
The
Oh.
Seahawks should not be beating the Eagles by only 6 points.
True.
That's not good.
True. Yeah, the Seahawks have looked pretty meh.
Yeah, it's not an exaggeration to say that Carson Wentz has been one of the worst quarterbacks in football this year.
Yep.
Which it's like, I think he still has talent. It's a really complicated situation where it seems like the Eagles had a ton of talent when they went on their Super Bowl run. So like Carson Wentz could play like a gunslinger and Doug Peterson could make all these fucking risky decisions and everything and gamble all the time. But it's like now you don't have like Zach Ertz is old. Alshon Jeffrey is not very good anymore. You don't have J.H.I. and oh my god, why LaShawn or not LaShawn McCoy, LeGarrette Blount and Darren Sproles in the backfield, so you don't really have like this dangerous rushing attack. So it's like it's pretty much just Carson Wentz, and he's trying to play hero ball all the time.
Could say it. It hurts
Yep.
to be Wentz.
I also want to say that it is fitting that the Eagles drafted somebody named Hurts because everybody's always
Yeah.
getting hurt on that team.
That is pretty funny.
Hurts is hurt.
That's a decent chunk. That's a decent laugh right there.
Yeah. I don't know what the fucking future of this team is, but it's also frustrating because they're still in playoff contention.
Yeah. Gross.
The NFC East this year is like the Super Bowl 50 between the Panthers and Broncos, but like spread out
God.
over an entire season where it's like, oh my god, if you could just do one thing, you'd be in the lead. Like, just score once, Cam Newton, and you guys will win the Super Bowl. Nah.
Just fall on the ball.
Yep. Just win a game and you'll take the lead. No. Can't do it. So that was all but one game for Week 12 because we're sitting here on a Tuesday night waiting for Ravens-Steelers tomorrow because that game has been pushed back a week because COVID. So I guess we're going to add that one to Pick'ems this week. So there will be 2 Steelers-Ravens picks. So
Fuck it.
we'll start.
Sure.
Steelers-Ravens, who are we picking?
I'm feeling bold. I'm feeling bold.
I want the Steelers to win because fuck this whole Ravens situation.
I'm feeling bold, and it's kind of bullshit that the Ravens are in anyway. So it's good, but I think it's the Ravens, even though I'm probably gonna be wrong. And the Ravens' offense is kind of ass.
I'm gonna take the Steelers because I think the Steelers are better and they're pissed off. They were supposed to be playing on Thanksgiving, and now here they are 6 days later on a fucking Wednesday night.
Oh, it could be a trap game.
Could be a trap game.
Oh.
Yeah, what are they gonna
Never
do for?
They backed the games up for the.
I was gonna
next
say
week,
yeah.
too.
'Cause-
Yeah, it's
oh,
on
the
Monday.
Cowboys
There's
and Ravens play on
three-
Tuesday. Okay.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Cowboys and
Good.
Ravens are playing next Tuesday.
Oh. So there's not going to be 3 games on Monday? So there's only going to be 2?
There's gonna be 2, yeah.
Okay.
All right,
Huh.
so that's that. Now let's move into Pick'em's proper, starting with the aforementioned Cowboys-Ravens game.
Yup.
Uh,
I'm going to pick the Ravens because Cowboys are bad.
I think that's a safe pick, and I'm gonna go with you on that.
I'm gonna pick the Ravens as well.
I was gonna fucking rage if you were like, I'm gonna pick the Packers, and I was like, don't you fucking dare. Saints Falcons.
Fuck.
I was wrong when I picked the Falcons last time, so I'm going with the Saints.
I'm going to go with the Aints.
Yeah, give me the Aints.
Yeah.
Watch the Falcons still fucking win.
Yeah, because they blew the Raiders out the water. Now they're gonna go blow the Saints out the water.
Yep.
'Cause
Jaguars Vikings.
this game makes me want to scream.
Oh baby, humdinger.
This is a trap game.
Jags.
Give me the Vikings.
Give me the Vikings. Even though I have a feeling that the Vikings are going to lose this game. And I should never pick actually, never mind. Give me the Jags.
Oh my god.
Nah, give me the Jags. Fuck that. Never trust in the Vikings.
I don't know what to do here because they played
So-
decent with the Browns.
I was gonna sit here and be like, do it, Garrett, do it. But I'm like, see, now you're not in the minority if you pick the Jaguars.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
stupid crap idiot.
Whichever one I pick is the majority. So give me the
Oh,
Jaguars.
for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Matt, the last time you locked the Vikings, they lost.
Well, I'm not locking the Vikings again, am I?
But you picked them again.
Well, it's different. Oh, I'm not looking forward to this game. Browns Titans.
Browns. I'm gonna pick the Titans.
Go ahead, Garrett.
Browns or Titans? I'm gonna pick the Titans because I don't believe in the Browns enough.
I think Myles Garrett being back will make it closer, but I think the Titans are going to win, and I'm going to go with the Titans. As much as it pains me to say it, I think this is one for the Titans. Because they both have pretty good defenses, but the Titans' offense is just rolling better right now. But at the same time, I'm really looking forward to a Derrick Henry versus Nick Chubb rushing game, so... So it'll basically be like which team can kind of stop one of the running backs.
Oh boy.
Oh fuck! I'm not looking forward to this game. Lions
Oh.
Bears.
God, what the fuck?
We haven't had to pick between them since week 1.
Give me the Bears because it's funny.
I don't know. I don't like this.
I
I'm
don't-
gonna. I'm picking the Lions because I don't like the Bears situation.
I've taken a tie so many times this season. I'm not going to do it again. I think the Lions are going to be playing pumped up because they got rid of Matt Patricia, so give me the Lions. That and the Bears are fucking terrible on offense, and their defense
true.
is not that good.
Well, is the Lions' defense good? Probably not.
It's probably
the
better
Bears
than the
defense
Bears
at the
offense.
beginning of the Bears defense at the beginning of the season is why they were winning games.
The Bears
Oh.
genuinely have the second worst offense in the entire league. They're 31st in pretty much every category.
That does not surprise me.
They're terrible.
I can guess who's last.
I wonder who it is. Really makes you think, eh?
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Is it the Seahawks? No, it's not the Seahawks. Oh, it's the Jets.
Is it the
That's
Chiefs?
Oh wow, huh?
Oh, offensive genius. Bengals, Dolphins. For a second, I thought they already
Dolphins.
played, but I got confused.
Doll.
Dolphins.
Give me the
Fins.
Fins.
Playoff spot. Playoff spot.
They need to win this game, too.
This is a must-win for the Dolphins.
Colts, Texans.
Colts.
Could be a trap game.
Colts versus Texans.
I think this game will be closer than it needs to be, but I feel like the Colts will
It genuinely
win it.
could be a trap game, but I'm gonna.
I'm gonna say the Colts.
They don't have Texans are down Fuller,
Yeah.
and that was their lead receiver the whole
Hey,
season.
who else is there to catch the ball?
I mean, really, you're gonna give
Oh, I
it
got Deion. Oh.
Duke.
Oh, I put that on the wrong layer.
Good job, crap idiot.
Washington versus the Steelers.
I'm gonna pick the.
I'm
picking the
gonna
Steelers. I'm picking the Steelers.
I'm gonna lock the Stillers.
There it is. Yep, give me the Steelers. I think you'd have to be insane to pick Washington.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, baby. Raiders, Jets.
Should be a great one. Give me the Raiders.
Why
Raiders.
do I see this being the one game the Jets win this year?
I don't.
I mean, the Raiders just got their ass
I don't know.
clapped. by
Yeah,
the
they
fucking
got their ass, but
Falcons.
at the same time, the Falcons are a much better football team than the Jets.
I feel like it's gonna be very, very. It's gonna be pretty close.
It's either going to be a
Comfortably.
complete fucking blowout, like 41-6, or the Jets are going to make it way too close. But I'm going with the Raiders regardless. But like I'm a little jaded after last week. And we've now extended our not picking the Jets streak to 12 weeks.
Wow. No.
Oh, no, 13.
Wow.
Whoops.
I don't think there's gonna be a chance we do pick.
There. I don't know
Unless
about that one,
Steven
Garrett.
shows up and fucks it all up.
No, I don't know about that
I swear to
one,
God,
Garrett.
Jack, if you pick the Jets over the Browns, I'm going to kick your ass. I know
What if that's
you've been holding on to that one all season.
It's gonna be for the playoff spot too.
Yeah. Here's a game with massive playoff seeding implications. Two division leaders. It's the Giants and Seahawks.
Wait a minute.
God, I hate this. Give me the Seahawks.
Trap game. Trap game.
Could be a trap game.
God.
You know what?
What do you mean? You know what?
Hey, I'm looking at what else there is this week. No, there's other game. I'll come back to that one. All right. Rams, Cardinals.
Cardinals.
Rams.
Pussy.
I'm gonna take the Rams as well.
Pussy.
The Cardinals are on a little bit of a slide, and I think the Rams are better. So
But the Rams have Jared Goff.
yeah, but like
But the Rams also have Aaron Donald.
yeah.
That's a good point too.
So
Oh.
Patriots, Chargers.
God, this is a difficult one.
Fuck it, give me the Chargers.
I'm gonna say the Chargers.
No,
even
no,
though
we cannot all pick the Chargers. Or it's
I
gonna go
know,
downhill.
I know that the Chargers
I'm
are gonna lose by
locking the
one score.
no.
Oh,
No, give me the Patriots. Yeah, it's gonna be a game of like, like the Chargers are gonna get really close to scoring a lot, and then like the Dolphins or not the Dolphins, the Patriots are gonna get the ball back and just like throw interceptions.
yeah.
It's gonna be an ugly
Basically.
game.
Yeah.
Eagles, Packers.
Packer.
Give me the Packers.
Yep, give me the Packers. Although, I could see the Eagles just weirdly fucking winning this game. Because they were not very good last year and they beat the Packers in like a shootout, so. We'll see. Broncos, Chiefs.
Chiefs. Just Chiefs.
Yep,
Lock it up.
there it
the
is. I knew
Chiefs.
Garrett was
Yep.
going to steal that one from me. All right.
I didn't know
Yeah,
which one to
crack
pick,
it.
honestly, but I was like, oh, Chiefs are.
Yeah.
I haven't picked them in a while.
And with that, I'm going to lock the Seahawks.
I don't think I told you I picked the Seahawks in that one, too. I
Yeah.
don't think I.
Yeah, you said.
Okay.
And then rounding out this week, Bills, Niners.
Why do I feel like
Jack, this is a very hard game for you.
This could
It's
100% be a trap game.
this is a game between two of my favorite teams, and so how it ends is just
Give me the Bills.
I have a feeling that the Bills are gonna lose this game, but
Yeah,
if Bills run it,
I'm going to take the Bills as well. So,
well, yep.
I think the 49ers could give them a scare, but Yeah. All right. Well, that is Pick'ems. Oh wait, didn't we do like really bad last time? Yeah,
Probably.
Garrett went 4-11.
Let's go.
So
That was the best one.
yeah,
You guys are shit.
had a wild 9-6. So
Yep. I'm just better.
yep. So that is Oofsides. I hope you guys enjoyed this double turbo episode. Any closing thoughts, you guys?
Ha-pa-pa. Ha-pa-pa-pa.
We are not starting this again.
Ha-pa-pa.
Hate it here.
Ha-pa-pa.
And on that note, for Garrett and Jack, I'm your host Matthew, and hopefully next week's episode will actually be on time. See you guys.
Ha-pa-pa. Ha-pa-pa-pa-pa.
Hate it here.